Oh,
hey!
Oh,
Hey, welcome back.
Number 30.
Number 32. 32. Welcome back to Unconquered Training. We are here on a Sunday evening, sort of trying to get you guys some cool programming together.
JOs.
JOs, a couple of JOs. Joeys. We'll start calling
Joeys.
them something. We'll come up with it, people will understand exactly what we're on. We're heading towards a 3-rounder of a 600-meter run, 35 kettlebell swings, 20 burpees. So cool looking workout. Before that, we're going to do a little bit of strengthening of the legs and spend a bit of time through a squat complex. So after these joint circles, we're going to continue, we're going to move into the hip and knee area and continue to get warmed up for this little squat complex and get you guys warmed up for the workout a little bit later on. So Cossack complex. So I'm going to go a little bit wide. I'm going to have to take my pants
Go
up
wide.
a little bit wider there. So if I go squat whip, hip whip, squat whip, sumo stance, outside sumo stance. So a little bit wider. I'm going to pull up my right toe, go onto my heel and push across. Now if you can drop low down into there, happy days. I'm a little cold at the moment, so it'll take me a bit of time to get down there. So from there, I'll just pop my elbow down on that knee and make sure that that knee stays tracking out across those toes. That's far enough for me right now. Alrighty, from there I'm going to take this back knee, I'm going to drop it down onto the ground, link my hands together and press that hip. I'm pushing into that hip flexor now. Here, don't arch too far and get that into that like massive extension in that spine. Just link that together, keep your rib cage down and push that hip forward. From there I'm going to take the front leg, drop my leg across, come into a pigeon stretch. Alrighty, next part's the cool part. This next part is the movement part. So I'm going to head that way, I'm going to head out. So I'm going to roll up onto that foot, walk around, bring that foot up and sit down into that Cossack complex. Pretty tight in here again into the back of my hamstring, so that's as far as I'm going to sit for now. Push that knee out, drop that knee down, link those hands together, again push through those hips. I didn't realise my legs were so tight. Tight. Bring that down, sit across. Each time I'm walking across.
It's because they're getting so big ball from all the strength work.
It's a little bit lower than the first one. Yeah, tiny bit lower, so I'm starting to get that moving. Sit down, press that hip forward. You get the idea. If you want to swing back, just double tap back on that thing, move through that complex. If you're with Richie, he'll talk you through that complex. Now that complex wants to be done, let's go 5 on each side, so 10 in total.
Perfect.
If you want to do it as a bit of a test, retest. Do 10 squats before you do it, after your joint circles, and then give yourself a minute's break, go for a little walk around, and then do 10 squats after. If movement standards have increased or range of movements increase, starts what I like to say, sliding like butter. Nice, oh butter. What is that movie? What's that movie? Butter. Oh. That's it. That's it. There we go. How's my
Meatballs.
mind? My mind just like zips off.
Oh, that
somewhere
is
else.
so funny, man.
Anyway, into a 2-minute dead bug. Alrighty, gonna get that core ready and braced. Then we're gonna go a little squat complex. Go 3 lunges each leg, so 6 in total. 6 front squats, 9 back squats. So I'm gonna need to front rack for my lunges. So I'm going to have a barbell. You can use it with as a goblet squat, so kettlebell or a dumbbell. With a dumbbell, you'll be able to rack it on the back of your shoulders. With a kettlebell, probably going to have to do a few more as a front squat option there. So front squat, lunge. I'm going to step out, touch the knee to the ground. 1, 2, so 3, 6. 3 on each leg, so 6 in total. Into my front squat, so squat with my feet, elbows up so I can rack that on my shoulders. Nice big breath, brace my belly. 6 reps of front squat. From there, I'm going to heave the weight up and over onto my back. Same position, big breath. 9 back squats. Alrighty, make sure I'm keeping that belly nice and tight. Now you are going to be limited by how much weight you can heave up and over onto your back, but if you're back squatting over 100 kilos, you're going to probably find, going to be up to about 60 kilos. You'll probably be able to front rack lunge. And then front squat, no problems. And by the time you get to 9 reps of back squats at 60 kilos, after doing that and that, that's gonna be plenty of weight there. So, you know, don't overestimate the amount of weight that's required for this sort of stuff. You know, some of us that are squatting a little lighter, an empty barbell may be okay. You know, I can front rack that dumbbell there, I can front squat, and I can back squat. Same thing, so just changing the angle of that implement and how it's affecting the loading of my spine in particular.
That's awesome, awesome complex.
So nice little complex to get that strength work happening. Now I'm going to run through that. I haven't put a specific number on that. If we were doing that inside the box, you might do 3 to 5 sets of that, and you might increment that weight up and across. So I'll do a warm-up set, and I'm going to do somewhere between 3 and 5 sets of that sort of stuff. Richie will give you some advice on those types of things. Effectively, he'll give you a time schedule where you can work through that sort of stuff and give you guys some feedback on what you sort of are doing. From there, we're going to go into this little workout. So find an area that you can run 600 meters. 600 meters, we want a time domain on that sort of stuff. We're looking at around about 2.5 minutes. Somewhere in there, 2.5 to 3 minutes of running. 35 kettlebell swings, we're going to go the Russian swing. So 24 kilos and 16 kilos would be our RX numbers. If we've got, you know, and obviously you can scale the weight appropriately for that. 35 reps, that's chunky.
Chunky.
Yeah, there's a fair few reps in there. What's that, 95 reps in total, somewhere in there? No, 105.
105, I think.
105 reps across those 3 rounds. So that's a fair few kettlebell swings. So there, if I'm a dumbbell or a kettlebell, hips back, nice loose arms, my shoulders are staying nice and stable, core staying nice and stable. Alrighty, everything's coming from the hip, driving through those hamstrings. Into 20 burpees, so burpee, sprawl to the ground, jump on up, jump in the air, scaling option, hands down, step back, lie down, push on back up and step up, or back up. If I've got any shoulder issues that I'm dealing with, you know, we can just take that push up out. From there, we're going to go into a stretch. Again, if you're with Richie, we'll identify those areas that really need some work. Looking at that, hamstrings are going to be pretty well cooked today. So spend a bit of time in that single leg forward fold, double leg forward fold, even a standing, you know, hang where I'm hanging over and stretching out those hamstrings is a great way. That's a nice way just to decompress the hamstrings and the spine and spend a bit of time breathing and getting yourself upside down. Happy days. Hopefully you guys enjoy that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, epic
Awesome one, man.
We will see you guys on Thursday.
You?
Right on.
Thanks, coach.
Sure.
You bull.